Hey guys, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're going to be talking about this crazy Scream drama that's been going on about this user who claims to have seen the film and kind of did a spoiler-free review on Reddit. Now I want to point out something very specific. None of this is confirmed. This is all just speculation. This user could just be making a whole bunch of stuff up. But it is interesting to talk about at least, so I will give you some of my thoughts on it. But before I do that, I'm going to need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. And also please consider supporting me on Patreon if you want to see more videos like this. The link for that will be in the description below. Alright, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
But sometimes that is better.
So the other day on r/Scream, a user whose account has since been deleted posted this spoiler-free review. He claims to have seen the film before any ADR or like special effects had been added to it, so it was basically just like the raw footage put together in a sequence. There's a couple of other things that he claims in this review, and I'm gonna get to that later in the video, but for right now I'm just gonna kind of tell you, yeah, he claims to have seen this movie so far of like what it is at the moment. I just think it's interesting to talk about, especially because like what if this guy is telling the truth and then when the movie comes out it's like, oh yeah, like all that stuff was totally true and this dude was actually like part of some kind of screening. And also it's just fun to talk about theories. Look, there isn't any news here, but like I like talking about like this kind of stuff. It gets me even more excited about this upcoming film, even if there is the possibility of it just being BS. So let's read this spoiler-free review. Titled, I've seen an early cut of Scream 2022. The user writes, Matt and Tyler screened their first rough cut for the studio recently and I was present. Approximately 25 people were in the room. It's very fucking good, even though there's still work to be done, more edits, ADR, grading, etc. The studio notes were minor and there won't be reshoots. Some fantastic kills, two particularly unnerving chase sequences, really strong characters. There's one bait and switch scene that I heard multiple people gasp at, including myself. Ghostface is menacing and stealthy, but also very, very brash. The whodunit element is played to perfection and it's a great motive. The meta lens is quite unique and very fun. There's some great commentary on gender roles. This film is deserving of Wes's legacy. The OGs have purpose, but it's also great world building with room for sequels. This is probably going to sound stupid, but I feel almost the same way after watching this as I did with Parasite. It fueled my expectations and then completely subverted them. This really has the potential to reboot slashers, just as the original did. It's innovative and will have people talking. I will always say that 95% of the spoilers I've seen floating around here are dummies. So the first thing I want to say about this review is like it seems very promising, like it's good that like just a raw cut of this film could excite someone so much. The user that wrote this doesn't even have any negatives there in the review. It's literally just all good stuff. So I mean like that's promising, but I don't know if any of it's true. Now the user talks about how there's two kills that were really outstanding, and I'm really hoping that these aren't just like knife kills like how we've seen in the past a million times in this franchise. Let's do something new. Let's get Ghostface with a chainsaw or some kind of other weapon just running around chopping people in half. Maybe a chainsaw is a little excessive, but just something a little more creative and fun. Like the kill that I always think about, my absolute favorite kill in the whole franchise is Tatum with the garage door. It's so creative and innovative and is probably one of the most standout kills of the whole movie, besides the opening of course. Now he describes Ghostface as being menacing and stealthy, but also very brash, which is like kind of a weird way to describe Ghostface. All that brash really means is that you're really self-asserting in kind of a rude way. So like what? I mean, isn't every slasher like that? Like I don't really know how that adds anything to his character. Once again, this is a very, very vague review here, so I don't know if any of it's true, but it is fun to talk about. I'm gonna just keep mentioning that because like I don't want people to take this as like, oh yeah, this is an actual spoiler-free review and like some dude actually really liked it. There's literally no negatives in this whole review. That's why I don't buy it. I'm just talking about it because I think it's fun. Another reason why I don't buy this review is that he specifically says that the meta lens is unique and like totally different from the other films. They specifically announced when they finished finished shooting that they were not going to have such a strong meta element with this upcoming film. And obviously there is going to be kind of like a little bit of a meta element, but not so much like in the foreground like Scream 4. And why I'm saying that is because the Stab movies are confirmed to be a part of this film one way or another. So you can't really like have a movie about the movie without your commentary being meta. Unless like maybe there's like an Easter egg at one point where you just see like the first stab in the background or something. I don't think it's gonna be that though. You can't have a Scream film without just like a touch of meta humor. I mean, it wouldn't be a Scream movie at that point. Kind of getting a little off track here, but I think the whole point of that like announcement that we're not really gonna do meta commentary in this new movie was to like make sure that the fans knew we weren't doing the same thing as Scream 4. We're just gonna go all out with the meta humor. Every single line of dialogue's gonna have some kind of meta reference to it. I don't think they're gonna do that with this film at all. I think if they do it, it's going to be like little touches here and there, which is how I think is the best way to do meta commentary. Also, this guy compares this movie to Parasite, which is a movie that like I didn't really know anything going into it. But I guess what he's trying to say here is like we all have expectations for this film, obviously good ones. And this user is basically saying that our expectations are going to be exceeded and then totally subverted as well. I hope so. I really hope so. But like I've said a million times, it's really hard for me to make this video because like all of this could be BS. And that makes me so mad because I would really like to hear a spoiler-free review of the film. So like I want all this to be true, but it could all be BS and this movie could suck. There is that possibility. Knocking on all the wood in my entire set, every little piece. I don't want this movie to suck. And then finally at the end of the review they say like that this is going to be the movie that reboots slashers. Like again, oh, it's totally gonna happen. That's where I was like, okay, this is all BS, man. This is exactly what every Scream fan wants to hear. Like, look, some of the rumors, it's like, okay, maybe Randy could come back into this film, or Kirby, or Stu, or Billy in flashbacks. But this is just exactly what we want to hear. This has got to be BS. I'm not buying it. Like, trust me, I'm the person who loves talking about rumors for upcoming films, but like, this is BS, man. This is literally just some dude on the internet who's like, oh yeah, like, I saw the movie, there was only like 25 people. Now, the review also says that they're not going to be doing reshoots, although there was a bunch of rumors about that a couple weeks ago. Well, like I said, there's really no confirmation on that either. It's just rumors right now. I talked about how the directors followed Hayden Panettiere? Panettiere? I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think I said it wrong in the last video. She played Kirby in Scream 4 though, and it is rumored that like she could come back maybe in this new sequel, like in just like a little like cameo scene or something. Once again, bit of a stretch, but like it could happen, and it would be pretty cool for fans of the series to see Kirby come back for just like maybe like a quick scene or like an after the credits scene. That'd be fun, right? Wes Craven did hint at her still being alive in the like Scream 4 behind the scenes stuff. The biggest thing though about this review, one thing that I really hope is true about the upcoming film, even though I think this is just BS, is that it clearly honors Wes's legacy. And that's honestly the one thing I want to see come out of this film, is that it's like a good continuation to the franchise and actually does something new and different that makes old fans of the series happy and brings in all new ones. I'm currently praying to the cinema gods that like the release date gets changed, this movie is actually kick-ass, but like I am a little worried. What are your thoughts on the new film? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my Scream 5 update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Just look up KillJoy Jake and hopefully I come up. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. If you support me for like $3 a month, you can listen to my podcast. I am putting out a free episode sometime early next month though, which you'll be able to listen to. The link for my Patreon is in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.